Said no, no.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system.
The track gods are here.
Is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording,
No, 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 yeah. I can't see you go, no.
I didn't see it coming from the day that I started. I ain't playing, I ain't studying, I ain't playing the part. No, let me stop. How we doing? How we doing, man? I got mixed emotions. I got a lot of mixed emotions, I'm not gonna lie to you. It's been a minute since I've been able to talk to you guys. I've had a lot going on, a lot of stuff that I needed to knock out, do. And so from here, every time it's like it's starting to become a thing. Like every time I go back home, I get like another revelation or something. And so I truly appreciate these trips back home. And I go back home a lot, you know what I mean? But I find myself not being able to do as much content as I be wanting to do. But we're always on growing, and that's what we own. Had a very, very emotional trip. Right now, I'm dealing with my uncle. He's in the hospital, and he's not doing so good. I don't want to elaborate too much into it, but you know what I mean. I got to see him, and I'm happy I was able to see him. By the grace of God, I was able to see him, and to be there for my mom as well was a big thing, because I knew my mom wanted to be there, and if she was gonna be able to have a way, then she was gonna go, and I was just happy that I was able to at least be that shoulder for her. Like, I already knew what it was gonna be, you know what I mean? And I broke into some tears. I try not to get so like emotional on these episodes at all. Like sometimes I get into some emotional situations where I'm like, you know, certain topics bring that energy out of me, and that's all it is. I might, you know, I get a little bit invested into it, but I sat there. I was flying all over the place, but I sat there thinking, just like, sorry about that, guys. Trying to figure out how you want to have this conversation or speak to you guys again. You know what I would say, because I definitely was gonna bring it up. You know what I mean? I wasn't gonna just throw it to the side and be like, okay, you know what I'm saying? I definitely, like I say, I try to be so much transparent with you. I'm not transparent with a lot of people in this world, in the sense of like just people knowing my moves. I like to just push them. I like to just do them. You know what I mean? But I honestly like to say that I do give you guys a lot of information. You right here, if you're watching this, you get something out of me that I don't do normally. Like I don't vent to people, and I don't get the chance to speak on certain topics that I want to. I probably think about them and just sit there and, you know what I'm saying, I ponder over it. Now, me and my guys, we might speak on certain topics, you know what I mean, different situations in that sense, and, you know, but I don't get to have those interactions as much too. I get to have that sometimes with tattooing as well, and appreciate that I do get to have those. And those conversations range from all over. I mean, it could be somebody just asking me, what is that I'm doing? You know, why are you putting too many, that many drops in there? And what's that you're using? Like, you know what I mean? So, or it gets deep, you know what I mean? Yeah, one of the questions I get a lot is what's the craziest tattoo you had to do? And I'm like, I try to tell people, like, I can't sit there and even say that. I can't like, when I first was asked that question, it made me get into the, like, try to think, like, damn, that's crazy shit. And then I start thinking about what have I done that was crazy. And then once I think of that, then I think of, so after that, then I think of how that's so hypocritical to think that someone tattoo is crazy. And like, what do you mean by crazy too as well? Like, I feel like everyone has a chapter in their life or something that just they gravitate to, and they choose to express it with art. And art can be thrown out in so many different ways that I can't sit there and say that, oh, this is the craziest tattoo I did. Like, all I can say is, like, I always try to handle each tattoo with care, and in the sense of, like, wanting that person to get something that they want, and also making the process very, very chill vibe, comfortable, to where it's a different type of vibe. It's a different situation. It's not just a regular, like, going into a shop, which I understand that I love the shop vibes, but me being in the shop sometimes takes so much from my clients, and it's how I think of it, and it's not right to them. Now they might think, oh, it's dope. It's just how it is. Everybody's in the shop, you know what I'm saying? Da 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 da. But I also take it as therapy sessions. You know what I mean? So, like, I love that one-on-one, just me and that person, and just, like, no interruptions. That's why normally I have the D&D on, like, do not disturb, because I don't like to have, you know what I'm saying, anything taking my attention. Because, they say, like, one distraction, and you can be, that's like, it takes, like, 25 minutes to get back on track from what you was, saying, originally on. So when I heard that quote, I was like, oh shit, I understand it. Like, you've ever been, like, sitting there doing something, and you all in on it, and the next thing you know, it could be a text message, and as soon as you look at that text message and you choose to respond, and maybe you don't even respond, then you go into another app, and then 20 minutes later you figure out that you've been scrolling. It's a a dopamine thing too, like, and it's became somewhat of like it is definitely became something of, like, it grows my anxiety a bit when I hear it, like, because then I feel like, oh shit, I need to answer it and everything. And maybe I've told this to you guys or whatever already. If you listening, then shit, then you getting the story over then. But, like, that's how I feel with with notifications. So I normally have those shit silent. I think that is taken away from my client when I got my mind over here. Now, right now, I'm in the midst of building my my brand a lot more with this social media stuff. So I have to do a lot more recording and all that. So they understand that, but that's all with the experience of the whole project that I'm trying to work in. It's nothing that's taken from that. It's just gonna be me and that person, and that's what I'm saying. It's just that something that from here doing it, or in that type of style, it's always something that I think of as, like, when I'm in a shop, you don't get it that way. But like I say, that's the normal. So like everybody understand that that's the route that most people are in. They're in the shop. I like to guest spot different places, but I don't like to. I like to have my own personal situation to where I come and go as I please. And I'm not gonna lie, like tattooing ain't my only thing. Like I am a full blown artist, so I do it all. I make music. I'm just a creator. I might paint. I might just actually just do some drawing or something. I love to draw. I've been drawing all my life, so I try to stay with it. Like it's something that I've stuck to when I was young. And even though like tattooing, but it's another form of art. But like that's what I'm saying. Like it's certain things that I just never put down. Music, I've never really put it down. You just stop hearing me drop music, and that's just what it is. You know what I mean? But I've got so much just cooking in me, guys, and I'm just slowly just letting it out to you guys. And it all just circled back to me, just like I said. I don't get to be this transparent with you guys, and no one and I'm at a point where I'm not even trying to tell certain things that I even want to, that I'm into right now, like in the sense of like all the little projects that I'm making, and honestly, I'm not gonna speak on them right now, but it just makes me laugh and think about it, like yeah, because when it's all come together, guys, like y'all realize what I was doing this whole time, and so it's going to take me just being consistent with you guys. Now, I don't believe I did any episodes like last week. And it was a couple times that I wanted to. But like I said, this was a very, very emotional roller coaster type trip. But I enjoyed it nonetheless. I got to see my family, all of them, and actually just get back home, tattoo with some people, tattoo a few people, and some friends, and got to see some old friends as well. Like, and it's always just a good experience. Like, and it also just reminds me why I do not want to move back to Milwaukee, but I will always have, like, it will always have my heart. It would always have my heart. I am the most comfortable when I'm there because I just be chilling. And you gotta know you like, and when you've been around, like, and you've been in the hood, like growing up, like, and I'm not one of them type of niggas like I like to shun on me being like, we grew up like pretty nice, like, you know what I mean? It wasn't no crazy shit. We wasn't, you know what I mean? It wasn't nothing crazy. Like, it was 7 of us. My mom always had a job. Like, she just made it work. You know what I mean? But I'm probably saying, you know what I mean, like 50, 11 times, but rack it back. But I say all that to just say that I don't have this relationship with nobody like that, where I sit here and talk and just like they just listen. Like, even if y'all not listening, maybe you don't make it to this far into the videos, but I don't really get that a lot. So, when I'm able to do this, it is a bit of like, a therapy for me. It walks me through certain emotions that I go through too, and I get to go back to it and watch it, and I think it's very, very therapeutic, which a lot of things that I do are very, very therapeutic, like art wise. So it's always very, very therapeutic for me. So if I would say I will be driven crazy if I couldn't wake up and create. Was one of my biggest dreams, I just want to wake up and create, and I've made that a reality, guys. know, and it's not just it's not up yet. Like we slow riding. You know what I mean? We growing, y'all. It ain't up yet, but wait, it's going to be up, and you guys will remember the. You know what I mean? We got all type of shit popping off, man. I ain't even gonna lie to you. If you ain't paying attention already, we are up to 7 pages of the prequel to Detective Static. I wasn't really trying to let people know what that was, but that's what that is. That is the prequel to Detective Static. I have it. It's Detective Fred G, a private detective that's I don't want to give too much of the premise. I'm gonna drop it down once we drop this first full like case. Then I'm gonna get a nice little sit down and just like speak on all the details on what's really going on in his backstory and how he became who he is. But this is episode 54, and honestly, man, life is everything in one. It's just it's it's beautiful, it's mad, it's angry, it's happy. And to realize day to day that that's all we deal with is emotions, you know what I mean? And trying to be able to control your emotions, or, you know, trying to be able to control your actions. And I will say I'm one person that is very, very highly, like I on that tip, like I really try to control my emotions, or really try to differentiate, like, okay, I feel some way, I can feel that way, but that don't make me like how do I want to say this, like that don't make that person wrong because they don't feel that way, you know what I mean? Because everyone has the option to just to think, or to feel what you want to feel. And I think that's the more beautiful than trying to fabricate a person into wanting something that they don't, or loving something that they don't. Like, just understand that there's a beauty in just like, you can't control that person. You can't control that person. And they could be anywhere in the world, but they choose to be with you. You know what I mean? And that person really choose to really be with you. That's the beauty. It's not, oh, I feel some way, they better feel the same. I'm not that type of person. I'd rather be single and try to force somebody to like me, love me in any kind of way, shape, or form, be my friend. Like, no, I'm not for none of that. Like, I'm so laid back in the scenes type, like Mr. Nonchalant. So that's where I'm at with love. It's just, it's a beauty in the unknowing. It's a beauty in the unknowing. You may not know when the next time you might see that person, or you don't know how long you have with that person. Enjoy that time. don't let that control you and confuse your emotions and your brain, into tricking you out of a spot. You'll be with somebody that you're actually happy with, but you would trick yourself out of that spot because of certain things like that. We're so easy to be our nemesis, like our villain in our heads, like, you know what I mean? And we have to understand, just be nice to yourself as well as to the next person. Let that person feel what they feel and be able to have a conversation on, like, if you feel some way, I just want to understand it and just, like, let's speak on it. And we ain't gotta be together. Like, we can be cooler friends or not, like, however you want to do it. But I think that whole women and men can't be friends, it stops the real situation at hand when you're thinking of, that's why we can't have certain conversations, because they say that we can't be friends. Now, I would say if a girl with somebody and that person is a little uptight and they want them not to have friends, I can understand that, but I'm not saying that that's right. I want to be with a person that, like, they understand, like, okay, they got friends, but, like, okay, I'm with somebody, so it's like a invisible line, like things that you know to do and things that you know not to do. Like, I'm not teaching you fucking rocket science. Like, it's regular science. Anything that you think is cheating or like bullshit or like what the fuck that'll raise a red flag in your head, don't do it. It's one of those, like, you know what I mean? It could be as slight as, like, giving a motherfucker a little bit more conversation than just a regular, like, just like, you know what I'm saying, or just really trying to see certain things out, or, you could feel, it could be anything, man. It could be anything. I'm not about to sit here and run down the line of things that it could be. As you can see, I was in Philadelphia. My random rants. As you can see, I was in Philly. I'm not gonna say Philadelphia. I probably butchered the damn name. I never really had to say Philadelphia. Like, I've always said Philly. You know what I mean? But I was in Philly mistakenly. But me and my mom, we kind of made a little thing out of it. We was originally supposed to be going to Pittsburgh, but she thought that we needed to go to Philly. We didn't realize until we kind of got outside of the fucking got over to the baggage claim and all that shit. So you outside of the TSA and shit. And there was a flight that was flying out like that same hour. So we could have got like right there, but we wasn't able to catch it because we got out of the TSA and had to go back in through TSA all over to fucking fly. Missed that flight, so we was like 5 minutes like late. So that's how you know, like, we could have caught it. But so that happens, and so we're stuck until 8:00 was the next flight. But the first bro was trying to make all kind of ways we could have made it out there, and I appreciate you, bro, because you knew that, like, it was something that we needed to do. And he said it like, man, we need to stay with each other, like, look out for one another. And that's what it was. It was just like he was just trying to make it to where we could get to where we needed to and not have to take 2 planes and all that situation. But it just felt like we was gonna have to leave out of there, get into a motherfucking train, I think he said. Get on a train, then take a bus to this, and then that's gonna send you over here, and then you can take the flight from there. I'm like, I ain't even gonna lie to you, my nigga. Like, I ain't even one of them type of niggas. Like, we ain't about to do all the extra and above. Like, if it's sit down until 8, sit down until 8. Like, I'm not about to go running around scavenger hunting in the middle of Philly, and I don't know shit out here. It's my first time out here. You know what I mean? So like, got the fuck about it. Like, nah, we chilling. And my mom kind of got a little sad because she just thought she fucked it all up. And I'm like, you with one of the chillest niggas in the building. Like, if that's one thing, like, I normally try to keep my cool. Like, you know what I mean? We just dealing with it. Like, and she was just like, I fucked this up, and, you know, started crying. And I'm like, come on now. What do you mean about to do that? We good. We just took a little detour. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, shit, we can still go and just and just go see him in the morning or something. Like, but what we ain't gonna do is just come all the way the fuck out here and then like turn around. Like, yes, I wanted to see my uncle, but I also know that it was something that my mom wanted to do too as well. And I wasn't about to let just, you know what I'm saying, because she, you know, she got a lot of stuff going on at the moment, and yeah, she just probably pushed the button. Thought when you were going to Philly and so Pittsburgh, you know, it was just on the other end of the motherfucking little spectrum. But how we found out was me getting about to take a lift to the hospital when we landed in Philly, and it was saying like fucking $899. I'm like, what the fuck? And then it looked like it was going through the whole like Pennsylvania. I'm like, oh hell no. I'm like, they trying to take a nigga through this bitch. We all the way on the other side of the motherfucking sun. So, like I said, she got a little bit emotional, and I cut that shit real quick. Like, nah, kill that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we good. Let's go ahead and do this. What we do is we boom boom, check into the room, grab our bags, go up there to the hotel. Go up there to the hospital, see Unc, and then, you know what I'm saying, from there. But I wanted to be there for her, and I'm happy I was able to. But also, like, it goes to show you that everything don't go as planned, but you can keep cool. Like, you know what I mean? God knew we was gonna see him. You know what I mean? She quickly got right down on herself, like, and I'm like, come on, mama, you ain't fuck this up. Like, we are moving around. We can move around right now. We good. You ain't fuck nothing up. You just gave us a little detour. But that was emotional. That was very emotional. I cried there at the hospital. It was crazy to see my uncle like that too. You know, you gotta understand too. The last time I heard him, he was actually talking. He wasn't able to talk right now. He was able to respond to things, but he wasn't able to talk. The last time I heard him, it was talking. And I'm talking about, like, it sounded like somebody was ready to go and explode, like, go off into the world, like, hey, yeah, I'm ready. Like, that's how that person sounded. That's how my uncle sounded. And that was 3 months ago. And that drastic change from that to now non-responsive. Only responsive, like, can't speak right at the moment. Man, holding on to him from a machine is just, it just hurts. And I always hate that family always gets so touchy and so emotional, like angry emotion, to where you want to lash out at the next person That's why I don't like even funerals. The worst come out of motherfuckers. Y'all wasn't fucking with him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers be wanting to say like that shit. Like, is y'all really out there on that type of time? Like, cause at that time, it's like, I don't want y'all at my funeral if y'all bringing that type of energy. Don't do that. We ain't doing that. I want it to be peace, chill, meditation, knowing that you have a brother on the other side, holding it down, fighting the battles that you can't see. Crazy, ain't it, man? Like I said, the beauty, the pain, all of it. It's what make life life, and living it so greater. Because you don't have the choice of knowing if you're going to be here tomorrow. You can hope, or you can have faith. You can hope, or you can have faith. I choose to have faith and wake up. I pray. Meditate, try to meditate and get my mind right. I haven't been able to do that out there, so yeah. But I've been definitely getting my little prayer and my little meditation in a bit. But tonight it's gonna be a little bit different. I'm gonna actually get in with the nitty gritty. Like, I haven't been able to get down like I needed to. So yeah, it's time. But I wanted to make sure that I came back and spoke right with you guys, because I needed to. And we were an episode behind. And so here I am. That beat that I played at the beginning, that shit was cracking. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna do something with that. Just minor shit. Like I say, it's just random shit. My mind just be running. And I'm just like, you know what? Speak on that. You know what? Let's speak on that. But let me see. Is there anything I wanted to speak on, man? We have a few episodes this week just because over that week span I wasn't able to create as much, like I said. So I have a few things that I did put to the side to speak on. Definitely. We have NBA updates. We have NFL updates. And I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit. Like, yes, we definitely going to be talking about the Shedeur situation. I'm not going to be speaking on it today, but definitely I'm speaking on it probably tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow is the big day. I'm going to go ahead and knock out that episode, and then I'm going to knock out the other episode, the update episode. But yeah, you know, we going to give Shedeur his own full episode because we got to debunk shit. I gotta be the detective for you guys. I gotta go dig in deep and go see what everybody talking, what motherfuckers saying, the good, the bad, the ugly, all of it. And I conjugate it all into one. I figure out the best things that I want y'all to see. Now, I'm not being like a one-way vid. Like I say, I get the good and the bad. And then I speak my truth on it. I'm speaking my truth on it. You could say that I have a bias feeling, but I try not to have any bias feeling in situations. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I really, really try to stand from an open mind of things. So, like, man, we gonna debunk that. We gonna jump onto that. So I'm speaking that. But this episode is just to catch up. What's new with me? And just to get y'all, like I said, I always do these episodes. We got, if y'all didn't know, then now y'all know. Then you go back a few episodes and you'll see that I have it's in there. I think I forget what the hell I call it, but it's in there. But hear that beat though, one more time. We at what, 35? We at 35 strong. I'm thinking if I should stay on the stream, but I'm probably gonna end this episode. I did not. You see how I did that? I did not even say my introduction, which is crazy. But you know, I try to say it in the beginning and at the end, but we just cut it off like that then. You know what I mean? But let me just think real quick before I cut y'all off. Is there anything else I needed to speak on? Oh, thinking about doing a tour. Now, that's it. That's all I'm about to say. But I'm thinking about doing a tour. So, okay, I'm going to say this and that. But I'm thinking about doing a tour. So, if you think I need to come out to your city, state, you know what I mean? I'm thinking about a month, just jumping around different states, do one tattoo if it's one person. Or I want to do just like one piece of a state. I just want to just start marking out all the states. So if I got a friend out there in the states, in one of the states, reach out to me, hit me up. DMs is a million ways you can hit me up. Let me know, should I fly out there, do a tattoo on you, film the whole thing, and hey, I'm on that. It's a tour. We're going to probably push it into like, 2 weeks. If I could do a 2-week thing, maybe I do like, I fly in. It got to be big hubs too. It got to be something like a big hub just so I can fly in. Don't have to do 2 flights and shit. Like, I want to just be like, I don't want to do no layovers too much. Like, that shit be definitely killing me. If I could just narrow down on the fucking layover flights, man, I'll be cool. I think that'd be what be dragging me. It's fucking layover flights. Yeah. So that's something new coming, y'all. Look out for that. But we gonna end the episode, but we gonna stay streaming for a little bit longer. Might just push it to an hour. So if you want to catch Mo, like I say, when I'm doing these videos, I'm starting to go live on Twitch. But I'm gonna start going probably live on I'm gonna start going live. I might do that next month. Yeah, I might do that next month. Start going live as well on YouTube. So we can start building that too. But those are going to be my longer streams. So note to self. Definitely watch my videos on YouTube, but if you want to watch those longer versions of it, you're going to have to get my Twitch. You're going to have to get, if you already got the YouTube, you'll be good, but I'm getting y'all in the algorithm just as well as I'm trying to get in y'all algorithm. So this is the Artistic Perspective Podcast, and I am your host, Lavelle Ford. Let's get it.